So if you're gonna make a good PJ, you gotta be good things love water. I don't know, you have to surf, but you gotta love the water. A little history. I show this to mean, search the internet, scour the internet, go to the library. If you find something, look it up. Just devour life. There's so much to be learned and known. I like David Sedaris. If you're looking for some quick wit, and he's pretty funny. A map of New Orleans. Love New Orleans. Good place to visit. Been there a couple times. Enjoyed it. Yeah. So get a map. Learn to ask directions. Learn to tap the source. Chem Nunn. Amazing book. Really enjoyed it. A War Like No Other. Victor David Hansen, military historian. Really like his stuff as well. This one's about how the Athenians and the Spartans fought the Peloponnesian War. Like he gets pretty down and dirty. If you don't know how you learn or how to learn, or you're like Mongo smart, get a book like this or get this book, and there's some tests, and they'll tell you, how to read or how to learn or how you learn. And I enjoyed it. It kind of helped me for going back to teach, because everybody learns differently, so I can't just drown everybody the same. Gotta drown everybody differently, and some people respond to larger thrashings than others. Hero 1,000 Faces, Judge Campbell, great book about myths and how every culture has just about the same story. How we got fire. Well, every culture's got heroes and people who seem pretty out there, and they where are they going? I don't know. Dude, that guy's crazy. That's what it takes to be a hero. And do the impossible. Can't let people tell you, oh, you're not gonna make it. Gotta love life. So It's a Wonderful Life. Watch it once a year. Makes me appreciate what I got. Chuck Palahniuk, Fight Club. Great book. My favorite book is Choke. If you get a chance to read that. Read Fight Club. Read just about anything from Chuck Palahniuk. But I lent, this is probably my third copy of this, and I lent my Choke out, so it's gone. Aloha Surf Guy. Gotta live Aloha for Hawaii. I don't know how many of you are biracial. There's actually a biracial Bill of Rights that says that you can pretty much be anything you want. So, as a swirly, as my buddy Tan used to say, Uncle Tan, swirlies of the world unite. So it's okay. Pirates. I think there's a Mark Twain quote that says something about every good boy, if he is one, has wanted to be a pirate at one time in his life. Mickey Dora, great surfer, liked him. Don Quixote, my hero. If you get a chance, read it. I have it in Spanish as well, the original Castilian. It's kind of Spanish. Read your medical. Always stay up on your medical. Medicine's important, because a PJ without medical knowledge is just some dude that looks really cool. You gotta be able to do something with that knowledge. So make sure you're studying your books and in the medicine. Gotta stay in the medicine. Sebastian Junger, great writer. I don't know if you get a chance to see Operation Restrepo. Powerful statement. Very. I've been to the Korengal. Was not a nice place to visit. Yeah. So the original book that I read about the time I got here, I forgot about this. Into Thin Air, John Krakauer. Him and Sebastian Junger, amazing journalist, but what they got to say, like they deliver it very well. So you can't go wrong with anything from those two gentlemen. But Into Thin Air was the story of what happened at Mount Everest in, it was like 96. Ew, 96. Long time ago. Gotta read Jarhead. Not necessarily watch the movie, read the book. The book's good. The movies, watch Platoon or Full Metal Jacket or something. You'll get a better than Jarhead the movie or was it Generation X and the Iceman and that they made a TV series out of it, which was okay, but the book was better. Always got to go with the book, I guess. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Stephen Pressfield's got The War of Art. That's another good book to read. Art of War, awesome book. Goes in. One of my favorites is if you lead your men into death with a smile, how will they fear death? And then there's another story about a guy who they were totally surrounded and they didn't have enough troops to battle the guy, so the leader said, open all the gates and everybody hide. And the guy thought the attackers were like, oh man, what kind of army must they have if they've opened the gates? And they're like, come on, bring it. And then they left. And so always choose the area of your or the environment that you're fighting in. Patton, Montgomery, and Rommel. I'm a huge Rommel fan and Patton. I think something about tanks. Not now, but in a previous life, I think I would have enjoyed being a tanker. Now I'd been like too claustrophobic for it, but tank warfare is just crazy. You got men driving giant machines at each other. It's like some kind of roller derby. What's that car derby crash thing? Malcolm X. Read the autobiography when I was 13. Did not finish the book though until I was 21. So I went my entire teenage years thinking Malcolm was pissed off the entire time and didn't know that he'd found peace. So, Jack Kerouac, On the Road. Actually took the kids when it was in Vegas to see the original written. He took all of it and just wrote it. And so it's this papyrus looking scroll from old times that is pretty awesome. My kids were crying. They wanted to go home, but I was appreciative of it. Shoeless Joe. Gotta love baseball. That is where Field of Dreams came from. And that was a good one. Hell in a Very Small Place, The Siege of Dien Bien Phu, talks about how the French had just pretty much gotten wasted in Vietnam before we stepped in. One of those other kinds of, if you read and you know your history, maybe you'll go, hey, haven't we been here before? Collapse of Chaos. I'm huge into chaos theory and synchronicity. I think the world is totally united and together, and there is no such thing as coincidence. People's History of the United States, Howard Zinn, as recommended by Matt Damon. Gore Vidal, Lincoln. I do enjoy Lincoln. There's a lot of good books on Lincoln. If you get a chance, Stephen Ambrose. This was a good book too. Do you know why they invaded France on the 6th of June, 1944? They did it because of the American can-do attitude. Because we were all like, yeah, sure, we can do it. Everybody else had given up. But the American spirit, saved World War II. That's not to be said. It seems to be lacking a little bit lately, but I know it's in there somewhere because America was founded by people like Crazy Horse, by Geronimo, when was it founded? But what I'm saying is, like, those guys, even Che Guevara, your enemies define who you are. When you are doing what you're supposed to, life just flows. And, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, sometimes you're fighting massive tank battles, sometimes you're door to door taking down villages and things, and so you gotta have faith in yourself and faith in who you are and the people you're working with. Take care of each other. And so yeah, that's just a couple of my books. Gotta Know Your Enemy. It's a pretty good book. You always got to be. You're not just a student of life. You're a student of war. You need to get into the books. You need to know where this stuff came from. I always dug that quote. I don't know if you noticed, I'm really good at massacring quotes. I can feel them, but they don't always come out the greatest. But I think it was in, and it's an old one. No, it's not that. I know where it's at. Pomwachete, The Legend of the Selous Scouts, Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe. Very good story about, they were really the first counter-terrorist, crazy, learning to eat soup with a knife kind of guys. These guys were, capturing terrorists and then turning them and crazy stuff like that. Always been near and dear to me, Lone Wolf and Cub. Kind of Lone Wolf and Cubs. Way of the Peaceful Warrior, because while we are warriors, I think the ultimate war is with yourself. So you gotta beat yourself up. The Quran, gotta know what they're thinking. That way you can argue with people and be like, nah, it's not about total decimation, everybody killing each other. There's got to be more to it than that. Let's see, where is it? So yeah. I do laugh at myself a lot. There's an old saying that he who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. And yeah, so that's a pretty good description of me. Here it was. It was in Black Hawk Down, and it was Cormac McCarthy's line from Blood Meridian. And he goes, "It makes no difference what men think of war," said the judge. "War endures. As well ask men what they think of stone. War is always here. Before man was, war waited for him. The ultimate trade awaiting the ultimate practitioner." Once again, that was Cormac McCarthy. The guy brought you a whole lot of movies that you're just like, they're really good, but dang, man, that's dark. So yeah, gotta have a healthy love for Star Wars. There is no try, only do or do not. This is the story of Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was a gift. Legend of Bagger Vance, great movie, great book, also by Stephen Pressfield. I don't know if you're getting a hint here. I love Stephen Pressfield. He's a good writer. He did write my favorite book, Gates of Fire. And I love the dude. I don't know if you guys are Lebowski fans. All great Americans love the Big Lebowski. Excellent story. But I love the dude. The dude abides. And yeah, so I will leave you with this extensive library of books. Try to get. That's where the library comes in, because libraries are free. So as long as you're not stealing books or not turning them in, you should be okay. So go read, prepare your mind, physically, mentally, spiritually, for all that is pararescue. The Band of Brothers quote is in this, so you guys are like, Shakespeare what? No, this is a great book, good story, especially Battle of Agincourt. But thank you for your time.